Hey Arlene, how are you? How you been? Hey Stephanie. Hey Golet. Hey Mark. Yeah, sorry about that. There's been so many with glitches with YouTube lately that I didn't. When I first looked, no one was on. I thought, oh, here we go again. Hey Lisa, how you doing? How you been, Arlene? Oh yeah, you're welcome. I'm trying to remember to put them up there, you know. Hey Captain Kid, same to you. Easter Sunday and no church services. Have to watch it on TV. Now I guess in Traverse City, I got a buddy of mine that goes to a Catholic church there, and they're leaving the door open and asking people to respect the 6-foot rule. Hey James, how you doing? Oh, thanks. Yeah, I was just bored. I'll tell you how bored I was. I vacuumed out my van. It doesn't get much lower than that. I'm at home, Murray. Oh, pretty good. Got a lot done today, actually. Hey, Maury, how are you? Hey, Dorado, how you doing? How's it going? Nice day today, 60 degrees. Birds all over the place. And, you know, we're going to get some cold temperatures this week, 20, 21. Yeah. Of course, that's April. You know, you never know what you're going to get. We got bombed April 15th last year with snow. I don't care. Hey, Pinecone, how you doing? Yeah, that's right. You can watch it grow out, help you pass the time. I took Daisy for a walk, chased about 20 deer. I caught the deer sunning themselves on a hill. It's cute. Yeah, it is, Arlene. I know what you mean. I just shaved off my beard today. I'm gonna get back in shape. Hey, Shaniqua, how you doing? How's it going with you? So yeah, people are stressed out. I didn't read much news today. I don't know if they changed. You know, they shut down the garden, the flooring, and the paint sections, the landscaping section of Home Depot and those type places. And you can't go out in a boat with anybody. Hey Annie, how you doing? Yeah, deers were cute. Yeah, I've been on here before, Brenda. Plenty of people have seen what I look like. I mean, there's talk shows, all sorts of things where you don't see the people. It's no big deal. It's pretty obvious. Hey, Golik, how you doing? No, I didn't because I was taking Daisy for a walk and just kind of spooked him. Hey, Brenda, how you doing? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I was just doing something different today, you know, a little different. Once you, like, I would say I probably know a third of my editing program. I never really fooled with the transitions and the titles because they look so Mickey Mouse, even the best ones. And then they've got effects that look even worse. I suppose if you've got an expensive editing program like some Apple product or something, Final Cut, it'd probably look okay. But I just don't want to put those on my videos. They're too corny looking. May 14th, no kidding. Yeah, I'm sure that's coming here, Stephanie. I went and walked a couple miles tonight and walked by one of those microbreweries and ran into a guy out front. I said, hey, how's it going? He said, man, we're deader than hell. You're thinking, there's quite a few places that it just closed. They could do to go, but not every place is really a to go restaurant. And we've got probably a third of our restaurants are dining in. Nobody gets anything to go unless they didn't finish something. Yeah, they do. That's why I stick to the. I don't even like any of the fades they have. When Window Movies Maker was out, it was free, and the fades and stuff were great. And these paid ones are worse. They just look so stupid. I mean, I'm not trying to make it look like a legit movie. Hey, Shell, how you doing? There's almost everybody on here has seen me before, one way or the other. I just did an interview with that food truck about a month ago. I've been interviewed by Gerald and Maddie before. It's no secret. I don't think that's true, Mark. I mean, I don't think that's true. I've read a couple articles. Now, James will tell you his uncle got nailed on a golf course down near Detroit for $1,000. I know a buddy who has friends down around Detroit, and they got nailed for buying mulch at a Menards. And supposedly they're writing tickets down there where I interview the girls. I got it from a pretty good source. So I don't see anybody's name on here now. I made a video the other night because I wanted to go down there, and what I was going to do is just slip an envelope outside the window and have it hit the ground. No, I'm not. I'm old. I'm 64, Brenda. I was going to throw the envelope out, and have them pick it up and just take off. Or if I had a package for them, go down about 10 feet, open the door, set it on the curb, and take off. That was my plan. But the more I checked into it, my biggest worry was not running into anybody. And my second biggest worry was I was going to do it all in the day because I'm not staying in a Detroit hotel. No way. I don't care where it's at and how they clean it. And thirdly, getting the $1,000 ticket. So anybody that donated money through PayPal on the video that I made, check your PayPal. I refunded your money. And I did that because this is what happens. I go on there and I say, I'm going down to Detroit. If you guys want to donate some money. Then all of a sudden, a day later, I'm not going. It just sounds like bullshit. Now, a lot of people will say, just keep the money and, next time you go down, I've done that before and I just don't feel comfortable doing that. So it didn't cost anybody anything. I appreciate the donations. I refunded everybody's money. It'll be back in your PayPal account. No fees subtracted. Thank you for doing that. And when I go down there down the road, I'll bring it up again if you want to donate something great. Thank you for doing that. Hey, Oki, a couple people are asking where you've been. How you doing? And I wouldn't send any gifts either because here's the deal. If you send gifts or money or something, well, thank you, Brenda. If you send gifts or money or something, you like to see it handed out. And I like to give it out. And even on my end, I just don't like, I have stuff from like 4 and 5 months ago, envelopes with money in them. I just haven't run into the girls. Certain girls, Cricket is an example, Lacey, stuff like that. So I would hold off because, it's nice to send something, see me hand it out, and that's going to be a while. Kind of takes the fun out of it when you send it and 5 months go by, you don't have the money and I haven't handed it out. Sucks. Hey, Becca, how you doing? Why is that, Lisa? Do you know? Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty honest, I think. But yeah, I am about that stuff. I learned a long time ago that I'll lie if I'm not trying to get over on anybody. If the ugliest girl in the world comes up to me and says, hey, how do I look? I'm not going to be ignorant. and or rude, I'm going to say you look great. And that's lying. So I do lie occasionally. The cops say, do you know why I pulled you over? And that's always a flip of the coin. Oh, you need some books? I got a million books, Stephanie. You tell me what subject matter and coming right up. Yeah, Cassie's doing really well right now. I mean, I think that boyfriend of hers, that's not my business, gets her off track once in a while. But it's not my business. But it's hard not to, wish better for her. Nah. Easter's just another day. In my lifestyle, holidays and birthdays, none of that mean anything. Tell you the truth, it's been that way since a kid. I'm not like sad about it or anything, but Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, birthday, I'm telling you, I've been doing this YouTube type stuff for 40 years before YouTube came out. Exactly what you see me uploading. It's been my whole life. I just wish that YouTube would have been around during my younger days. I'd have had some killer aviation videos and skydiving. I think the drug dealers are probably hurting. They will extend credit, but not too much. That's the way I understand it. And the truth of the matter, the girls trade services to some of the drug dealers. I mean, I never usually go into a whole bunch of detail about it, but if you're a working girl, you're giving up something for a shower, a cigarette, a night to sleep on a couch, a good home cooked dinner, a ride someplace, alone. They're always bartering. Yeah, now there are certain women down there that obviously don't have the barter capabilities as other, but let me tell you this, what I've learned through being down there a lot. Most of the work they get is early in the morning, and every single girl, I don't care what they look like, you're going to have an idea in your mind on what you consider is attractive because you've been around and you've looked at women that men have been attracted to. Let me tell you, all bets are off down there. These girls that just look like they're very unhealthy, have good-looking guys in suits on their way to work as regulars. It just blows my mind, but it's true. Stephanie, I don't have any thriller or horrors, but I'll tell you, I don't know if that, I don't read that kind of stuff, but go on eBay. Do you ever go on eBay, Stephanie? Hey, Deborah, how you doing? Yeah, it's just their way of life. Yeah, and it's just the same notion that some of these women don't want to get out of there. Doesn't make sense to you or me, but they don't. Yeah, I think anybody that went down there that was kind to them and genuinely interested, they know me now and they know that I don't want anything from them. I think you could do it too. They'll open up to anybody. Hey, Martin, how you doing? Hey, Hitman, how you doing? Yeah, it's nuts. I'll tell you one time I had a nephew that went to drug rehab. And I had a buddy of mine that just got his first paid job as a pilot. So I decided to take my nephew and this guy that got his first paid job out to Las Vegas for a weekend. So my nephew is like 6 years younger than me. So is the other guy. I was 30 at the time, I think. So I take him out to the Chicken Ranch, that famous horror house in Las Vegas. And you go in there and it's like it looks like a crappy Florida business. You go in there, there's flashing lights, and we go in there and there's a bald security guy. He comes out, he says, hey, how you guys? Like, yeah, pretty good. He said, you interested in ladies? Yeah, sure are. So he brings out like 50 ladies. And they walk in front of you, and then they walk back, And then they turn around and he says, gentlemen, make your pick. So my pilot guy, he picked one. My nephew picked one. And I just wasn't really interested, to tell you the truth. So I didn't pick one. And the whole time they were with these women, I was talking to the guard, the bald guy that brought the women out. He said the same thing that I told you, that you think you have an idea of who's busiest. But he said the plain Janes got just as much business as the good-looking ones. And he said after working there for 8 years, his assumption was that plain Jane guys don't feel comfortable with real attractive women. They were still interested in throwing down, but they'd rather have a plain Jane girl. He said it basically throughout the course of a year, evened out, which was shocking. Hey, Nathan, how you doing? That's a good grocery store you got over there. That baker that bakes all that stuff. No, don't feel like that at all, Nathan. That's bullshit. People are going to try and say you're an enabler. And, you know, the dollar amount, I don't know how much you gave them, but if it's the kind of money I give them, it's absolute nonsense. They were down there years before you met them and probably are going to be down there years after. It's a nice gesture. It makes them feel good that they're getting some spending money. If I had my druthers, I wish they'd go buy a thesaurus or a dictionary. I'm sure some of it, maybe all of it goes to drugs, but for the dollar amount I give them, I'm not worried about it. Yeah, isn't that something, Arlene? Yeah, Marguerite. Now, there's somebody that really is high risk. And Brenda, like Marguerite's an interesting example as well. You know, I have different relationships with these women than their children and their ex-spouses. So it's a different relationship. It's all fun and handing out gifts and how you doing and what have you done since I last seen you. It's not like a traditional relationship where we really get to know each other that well. It's always on good terms. There's no downside to it. I dropped out of college one year and was a delivery man, delivered pet supplies. And I absolutely loved that job. I always made a game out of getting done early. And I had like probably, they were all women at the time that worked in the pet department, Kresge's and Kmart's. Those were our major clients. I worked for Hart's Mountain, the pet company. And then I probably saw about 20 to 25 women a day, maybe 100 different women a week. And I'd get there and I was nice. And I'd give them a box of chocolate. And if it was a Kresge, we'd get a club sandwich. And it was really fun. It was like, but it wasn't really reality. And of course, these women thought I was a super good guy. That's because they didn't see my temper tantrums. I always had a girlfriend. So I never really dated any of them. One time I dated any of the women that I crossed paths with as a delivery man. But it's kind of like the relationship that I have with the women. It's all fun and you're seeing the best of me, not the worst. Hey Ray, how you doing? That was a great job. I had parakeets, tropical fish in one section, climate controlled. And then I had the dry goods, the cuddle bone, the hamster litter. We sold hamsters too, gerbils. It was fun. Great job. I just didn't want to make a career out of it. All right, Mark, take care. It was really fun. You know, I'll tell you, we had a competitor named Interfish that sold tropical fish. I was working there about a month, and my boss came up to me and told me when the next time I was in Kmart's to get flea spray and spray it in the tanks that our competition sold them fish. Can you believe that? Can you imagine if you did something like that nowadays? I love Kresge. I thought they had it. I was, you know, a lot of things when you go back as an adult, it wasn't as good as you remember it. And maybe the club sandwich, I wouldn't like it today, but boy, they sure seemed good then. And there was a place in Clinton, Michigan on my way out to Adrian where I could get an elephant ear, you know, like they sell at fairs and circuses. That was my first like legit job because I dropped out of college for a year. I had other jobs. I worked in gas stations, cut grass, security guard. I worked as a recreational therapist in a psychiatric hospital. What else did I do? Detailed cars. Worked at a department store, hardware. It's good. It was good. It was, you know, it's good. Yeah, you never know how life's going to turn out for you, you know. Yeah, I had a good time. Yeah, I really love going down there and talking to the girls. Oh, no kidding. Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, I get bored. I really do. Uh, I had, there's a, you know, you've got the street girls like you guys know about and the people I interview, and there's a whole underworld sex ring out there that aren't really escorts. They're kind of like housewives with shopping addictions, gambling, and they don't want their husband to know. College girls. There's a lot of girls that accept money for sex that you really couldn't categorize as a typical working girl. But I bet in my lifetime, I've been friends with women under certain circumstances, and that's how they stayed in college or bought a new car or hid their gambling addiction or whatever. Hey, Cruz, how you doing? Oh, thank you, Southern California. All right. Oh, really? What kind of venue, Okie? You know, I haven't talked to Manny or Gerald. Oh, okay. Yeah, I used to eat at Kmart too. It was good. Plymouth. I remember I grew up in Flat Rock, and the first Kmart near me opened up on West Road over in Trenton. Actually, it was Woodhaven, and our neighbor took me and a buddy of mine over there. And I remember just being a young kid and about having a panic attack. I couldn't believe all the fishing lures. Just like blew our mind. Let me tell you an interesting story about Kmart. So that year that I worked for Harts Mountain, Kmart and Kresge were our main customers, and their headquarters was in Troy, Michigan. Well, in Kmart, the best job you could have was a buyer. A buyer was someone who decided what vendor to use. So at Christmas time, I took up a whole truckload. Now this is kind of one of these trucks, not as big as like a Ryder, between like a Dannon yogurt size and a Ryder, filled with liquor to deliver to these buyers. I mean, we weren't hiding anything. I also delivered some kind of dog that couldn't bark one time. You know, they were a good customer, and I had to wait 2 hours and 20 minutes to get in the door behind other people that were giving Kmart executives gifts at Christmas. And now that place Kmart ends up going bankrupt. And that property where I waited in line has been vacant for years. But just in that short time, with like thousands of employees, everybody making a killing, Kmart was gold back then. And now it's just a hunk of rubble. I wouldn't be ashamed about it, Hitman. I mean, it was consensual and voluntary. I mean, it happens. Yeah, you know, I was into antiques pretty heavy, but honestly, and I was a huge marble collector, handmaids and machine maids. I went to that a couple times, but honestly, I'm not a flea market guy. I don't mind paying for what something's worth, and I just don't like going through tables full of junk. Hey, Dank, how you doing? Yeah, blue light special, I sure do. Yeah. Kmart's was fun to go on. And then they had the one over on Ford Road in Garden City. That was the first Kmart's, I think. It was a great job. The managers back then were making like 100 grand a year. This would have been like 75. And they had 2 or 3 assistant managers, and they were, I remember at the time, they were all guaranteed to have their own store in 7 years because Kmart's was growing so fast. Oh, I also worked at a place building pallets, which I hated. Yeah, barely. They're barely hanging in there. Ours, almost everywhere I go, they're out of business, but I think there's a couple stores still open. Oh yeah. Okay, what type work is the niece in? What does she do? What is she, an escort or something like that? Yeah, Stephanie, live and learn, right? You never know what, minus a crystal ball. Oh, a website. Okay. Now, is it legal where she's at? Is she in Las Vegas? Oh, an escort. Okay. Okay. Yeah, as long as she doesn't have any employees, they're really going after people on this trafficking now. You want to read an interesting story? Read what happened to the Backpage guys. They just kicked everybody's ass in court for their whole careers. Just buku bucks, private jets, the whole bit. Both those guys are flat broke and probably going to die in prison now, all because they didn't want to agree to Uncle Sam's canceling the sex category on Backpage. Craigslist got it. They said, yes, sir, no problem. You see, Craigslist is still around. eBay owns part of Craigslist. Oh, Niagara Falls. Okay. Hey, Jetchy, how you doing? Has she been busted at all, Okie? Oh, wow. Well, at least she's honest. Yeah, those days are over. Oh, really, Nathan? I didn't know that. I know a lot of stuff stolen there. I mean, you see stained glass and stuff at auctions, and it was stolen out of Detroit, a lot of it. I think it should be legal too. Oh, Palm City, Florida? Yeah, I've been through there a lot. Now, is Palm City, is that the place up near Melbourne? Am I thinking of the right place? Or is that Palm something else? Everything's Palm something down there. Okay, Arlene, good. Thanks for stopping by. Hang in there and wash your hands. Okay, I don't know. Have you ever watched 80 Miles South? Okay. You ever go to Bizarro's Pizza? Down in India? I know that they have one up near you because I saw it on their menu. They have one down there in India Atlantic, and they have another one in Melbourne. Calgary, I love that place. I had some good times in Lethbridge. What's that, Stephanie? Women don't seem to chase sex like men do. Yeah, Port St. Louis, that's excellent Italian food. I went down there at the Radisson in India Atlantic and just checked into one of the rooms for a week. Just sat and drank beer and sat on the porch for a week straight. So awesome. I don't think it was really because, he's not a prosecutor, he's a judge. I don't think it mattered. I think it probably to the judge, he thought, well, this, credibility is everything when you're talking to a judge. Hey, Anthony, how you doing? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it could be. I mean, I don't know that it is. I do know that the people that I talk to down around Michigan Avenue, I mean, You wouldn't believe the bullshit they put up with. Every kind of kinky, weird thing, getting beat up, strangled, choked. That's not what you want to be as a sex worker. You ever did 5% of the stuff with an escort that you did with a streetwalker, you'd be in prison for 50 years. Yeah, that's a nice place. I haven't been down there in about 5 years. It's beautiful. I love that place. Yeah, but I don't think she lost custody of her kids because of that. I mean, it may have been a factor. I'm sure there was a bunch of other stuff. Oh, usually gang. Yeah, that's probably true. I mean, I've told you before, I had a buddy of mine that modeled full time. He was on that Fear Factor and won it. And I knew some of his buddies that modeled, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, I know about 5 guys that tried to be gigolos and it just never worked. She said she was afraid. Why? She was afraid I'm a serial killer? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's legal out there. You got to drive your ass off. It's like 90 miles away. It's a total dump. I mean, it struck me, my first impression when we went in there was it looked like a hillbilly bar at 3 in the morning. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a marriage, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, they say that there's no shortage of straight men in gay porn. There's just not enough gays to go around. Pays more. Yeah, Dr. Phil, what a douchebag. You know, his license was taken away for screwing his patients. That's why he's a life counselor and not a psychologist. That's also why he went into jury consulting, which is how he met Oprah. Yeah. Nah, it wasn't for me. Nothing. I cleaned a lot of my house today and organized some stuff and just kind of like in neutral. Okay. Oh, well, you know, you can be a sex worker and not have anything to do with drugs. Is she a druggie too, or an alcoholic? Oh, wow, Stephanie. Oh, yeah, Miss Cray Cray. Yeah, she's a nut job. Well, you know, you're free to go and watch her videos. Hey, Jim, how you doing? Hey, Tish, how's it going? That's right, Stephanie. Did you get over it, Stephanie? Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard that. Yep, closing the parks. Yeah. Well, I got to give this governor credit. She's pissing everybody off, but she made marijuana legal as one of her platforms before she got elected. So she's not an idiot. It's one thing being mad; it's another thing being mad and being able to get high legally, and she caused that. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I get Daisy Walmart chickens all the time. Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right. Hey, Zach, how you doing? Yeah, that's all right, Stephanie. You know, the chances of don't feel bad. Okie's been married 5 times. You're doing good. That's how long it took her to find the right guy. Right, Okie? Is it 5 or 4? She kept on trucking. Oh, thank you, Brenda. Oh, I will. I'll give her a good beating. Yeah, that's a good question, Annie. It's hard to say. Yeah, there you go. See, Okie? She kept going. Give Stephanie some counseling. Stephanie thought marriage wasn't for her rather than giving it another bite at the apple. Oh, you lucky dog, Zach. Where? I'm not going to do anything. Sit home. Hey, Don, how you doing? Yeah, I wouldn't say I really do any help. Deliver gifts and, try and be nice to them. But, I mean, really, if you think about it, I mean, I am nice to them, but that doesn't mean I'm doing any good. You know what I mean? If I was doing some good, or if I ever do, believe me, I will take credit for it. Getting a hate text from her. Daisy is 7 or 6. 6 or 7, one of the two. 6 maybe. I'm not sure. 6 or 7. Who are you getting the hate text from, Stephanie? Oh, pretty good. Yeah, had a pretty good day today. Got a lot done. I got more done today than I've gotten done forever. Oh, good for you. Get the name of the place. What's the name of it? Oh, good, Columbus. Thank you. That a girl, Stephanie. Hey, now when you guys watch these videos, is there anything you'd like to see? Any kind of videos you like, unrelated to interviews? I mean, what do you like? Do you like the driving videos? Do you like the still photos? Do you like the ships, the winter, the summer, the birds? What do you like? Do you like them shorter, longer? Do you like the 25-minute lighthouse videos, or would you rather I keep them all short? Oh, okay. The truth of the matter is there's not much to narrate in Delray anymore. It's all been torn down. Yeah, I like road trips. I've taken so many road trips, Mara, you wouldn't believe it. I bet I've taken at least 25, 15,000 mile ones and tons of 3,000 mile ones. Oh, okay. I'll do more of that then. The problem with talking and doing is there's so much ambient noise. These roads are bad. I got the windows open. It's just so much. That's really why I put music to videos, to tell you the truth. If I was driving a Rolls Royce, I'd never have a song on a video. Oh, you do? Oh, you like the bird videos? Okay, Anthony, I'll do that. Yeah, I like them, but they're going to be on hold for a while. Hey, now, when you guys that have been around for a while, you recognize when I put up a re-uploaded video, don't you? I mean, I'm not going to get any more points for putting it up again. I just put it up because there's people that join that don't know about them, and it's something to do until I can get down there again. That's a good question, Tony. I don't know. Oh, thank you, United. Hey, Kristen. Oh, thank you. Same to you, Steve. Hey, Mountain Moon. Oh, okay. Hey, Spelling Bee. How you doing? Yeah, I like the food spots. Oh, water videos, you like those? Oh, okay, good. People get pissed at me reposting. You wouldn't. I should start posting the shitty emails I get. You wouldn't believe it. Hey, soul sister, how you doing? Oh, I got tons of those. Not too many fishing though, because I don't go fishing. You know, that's all I did as a kid, and I don't hunt or fish. Well, the thing about it is, Mari, is they have a hard time holding on to cell phones. And a lot of the phones they have are cheapies, you know, and I don't know that Skype's possible. Oh, thank you, Hope. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I have posted some hate letters that I get. Oh, okay. Block her. Cray Cray is a lunatic. Just block her, Stephanie. That's what I do. You know, when these kooks send me emails, I don't read them. I just delete them. Yeah, I got a metal detector. I haven't used it yet this year, though. Metal detecting, I can take about 45 minutes of it. You know, I'm out there looking for somebody's ring that I can hopefully give back to them, because the good stuff is too deep. You get out there with a metal detector, it doesn't take long for the old brain to turn a light bulb on. You get tired of digging really quick. If it's deeper than 6 inches, somebody else can have it. Yeah, hard to get parts for. I know a retired judge that has one. It's hardly ever running. Can't get parts for it. Oh, okay, Lisa. Oh, yeah, these people are nuts. Oh, yeah, she's a lunatic. She'll stalk you till the day you die. That's all right, Ever. She was a regular on here for a while. And she tells some story about me. I would have interviewed her. I thought, and I could be wrong on this, that she was a working girl. And I said, well, I get down to Flint, I'll do it. She kept bugging me. And honestly, I just kind of lost interest. I'll give you another example. You guys know how this happens. You get people that just drive you nuts and just get a bad vibe. That Rita, that older black lady I interviewed last summer, nice. I liked her. Had a great interview the first time. It just drove me absolutely crazy for the next 2 weeks. And it just turned me off on her. And I didn't want to, I just always found a reason to not see her again. That's kind of what happened with Kelly. Good, Missy. How you doing? Oh, a drug addict? Yeah. I mean, I didn't even half-ass listen to it. I didn't give a shit. Hey, Brenda. How you doing? Yeah, I don't know. She's just a kook. I mean, she writes really poorly. She's ignorant. I mean, she's 45 years old, still using thumbnails, giving people the finger. Yeah, Evan. Yeah, yeah. You know how it is. I mean, there's people on here. I've told you guys a couple times when it happens. I just say, hey, look, I'm going to be upfront with you, but you know, I'd really rather you didn't come on the chat. I don't want to embarrass you by blocking you, but you're just not fitting in here. It's always weird, inappropriate comments. Takes away from like fun discussions. I'd like you to just go someplace else. No, there sure are. Oh, is that what happened? Yeah. I mean, I feel bad for her if you know, she had drug issues, but you know, if somebody's constantly stalking and harassing you, it doesn't take long for you to just not care what happens to them. I kind of got that way with Kelly after a while. I mean, here I am trying to help her out, and all as I do is she goes to the cops, tell them I'm a serial killer, spreads all this stuff around me getting rich, gets all the girls down when there were some down there pissed off. I mean, I just finally decided one day, you know what? I'm just not going to deal with you. Yeah, she is total white trash, Lisa. Hey, Erica, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, most of them seem to die off after a while. What happens on these hater channels is they'll kind of take off, and compared to being a new person with sane content, they get more attention than you'd think they would get, but it plateaus really quick. Most of them never get more than 200 or 300 subscribers. People figure them out, and after the car wreck's gone, they just quit going, and their channels die. You can't sustain a channel by being a hate channel. Yeah, total drama constantly. Yeah, there's no money in this either. I bet I will, if I do this for another 20 years, I'd probably break even. I don't know, that damn social blade is the cause of that. Hey, John, how you doing? If I didn't get dinged with the not suitable for most advertisers, look, here's what it is. Evidently, YouTube doesn't think interviews with working girls are suitable for most advertisers. Hey, it's their shtick. If they don't want my interviews showing up in the middle of a Dove soap commercial, that's their business. Yeah, I'd like to get the full tilt, but I don't. One after another. You guys don't see it, but it's a yellow dollar sign. Not suitable for most advertisers. Your advertising revenue is being minimized. That's what it says. I will say that I'm not getting as many of them as I used to. So maybe they finally decided that these videos aren't that bad to pop up in the middle of a fishing reel or a car tire or some teeth whitening gel or whatever. But for a while there, it was like one right after another. Okay. I don't pay attention to them. I really don't. Oh, do you like watching them, John? Yeah, well, in Michigan, they had to shut down the paint, the landscaping, tile. No, I never have. There really aren't too many pimps around anymore. They call Gerald a pimp, but that's bullshit. Pimps went out with the cell phone and the internet. Women don't need them. I give some more. I give money sometimes, and I don't even interview them. I mean, I'm not bragging about it. I mean, I think it was just a goodwill gesture and a token of my appreciation for them to tell me a 5 or 7 minute story. And I'm constantly looking up these analytics. The average interview is like 6.5 minutes. Now, some do occasionally go long, 15 minutes, 20, but not much. Some go under 3 minutes, but it kind of averages out right around that time. So that's not bad. It's more than $1 a minute. I mean, I'm not making them rich. I know this. Nobody else I know is paying them, including that homeless guy. I don't know if that other guy in Philadelphia pays them or not. Oh, thank you, Jay Moore. Yeah, I don't. It's legitimately Maddie's boyfriend. Yeah. No, very strange. Yeah. If you told me right now what would be good videos to go out and put out to make a successful YouTube channel, I couldn't tell you. I still don't know, and I've got, I think, 74 videos uploaded. I never, after being in it this long, I never think to myself, wow, this is really going to be a popular video. I bet people will find this interesting. Bites me in the ass every single time. I have no idea. Yeah, I'm going to do portraits. Yeah, that's one thing this damn virus thing is really slowing me down on. That's okay. I've still been fooling around with my camera. Portraits are going to be easy. I'm going to print those. Yeah, I mean, when you figure out what it cost me, now mind you, when I was going down there for years, my trips down there range from 400 to 2 grand. You know, I live a couple hundred miles away. And I went down there for years before one video got 10 views. And then I started getting paid about a year and a half, 2 years ago, but it's chump change. Up until like lately, it really doesn't even pay my gas. Yep, no motorboats. That's right, Kristen. Yep. Favorite interview? You know, I don't really have a favorite one because it's just like, you know, dogs I've had. If all my dogs came down from dog heaven and they said pick a favorite, you know, you just don't want to do that. I think they're all interesting in their own unique way. I just don't, I would never really say that because I don't want anybody to think if I pick so-and-so as my favorite, then everybody else is second fiddle. It's not like that at all. Now, sometimes you'll get a little bit of chemistry with a personality. I found it's generally in wittiness coming back during conversations. And as you can see, I've had some pretty interesting conversations with Becky in the past. And we really don't kind of get into that kind of rhetoric with most people that I interview. So I don't want to say she's my favorite interview. But, you know, I miss talking to Becky and I enjoy it when I see her. And she's this little skinny blonde working girl, but she's tough as nails. What's that, Hope? Did you ask me something? Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm sure if you Google it, they'll tell you. Yeah, isn't that weird, Jay Moore? Hey, Glenn, how you doing? Yeah, I wouldn't say favorite interview. Not really. I mean, I think they all, you know, I'll interview anybody. I learned long ago that I never have any expectations before I. An example is like when I was down there on Burner Highway, where I was interviewing the homeless and the people that a lot of them seem to have alcohol problems. I mean, they were the sweetest bunch of people, men and women. And every single one of those interviews turned out to be very interesting. And I was kind of doing it because I wasn't running into any of the girls that I normally see. No, she's around and doing well, married, living up around Pontiac. Wendy, she's doing great. Yeah, that's how she is. Yeah, she's feisty. Yeah. No, and I got that. You can't travel down there, Roy. The one that died is Penny. Penny. No, no kidding. Why are they doing that? Hey Heather, how you doing? Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Yeah. Yeah, Ebony. Remember that Lisa with the Spanish name, that Hispanic lady with the real blue eyes? Just another absolute sweetheart. How does that work? Well, what you do once you monetize your video, I don't even know how they calculate it, to tell you the truth. I wouldn't know if they were screwing me or I was getting paid too much. It's so damn complicated. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Penny was a sweet girl. And I've said this. No, can't go down there. No way. $1,000 fine if they catch you. Yeah, white underbelly guy. Yeah, I don't think he pays people. I watched about a minute of one. It's fun going to breakfast. I mean, I do that a lot. Speaking of that, a guy sent $100 cash for me to take the girls out to dinner or lunch or breakfast, and that didn't happen last time. So if you're out there listening, I can send you your $100 back, or I'll take them out to lunch or dinner when I see them. That's hard to do, believe it or not. It doesn't. These women are undependable. Oh yeah, Penny is a sweetheart. Hey, that girl, how you doing? And I've said this before. You know, I cannot. There has not been one incident. This is from day one where there's been any sexual innuendos or give you half off, or you're a guy, you've been so good to me, here's 50%. Never, once, never, not with any of the girls, never even joked about. Hey Penny, it's so weird. So I mean, it's not like, it just goes to show you it isn't any kind of like potential like quasi John angle that I'm running, and I don't think any of them have ever thought that. Yeah, I never really watched one all the way through. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you, Joanne. Same to you. Yeah. All right, Nathan. Good night. Yeah. Thank you for the comments. Yeah, I really like doing. I'm going to hit the road this summer and go do some all over. Do some more portraits. You know, Mari, I was thinking of you today because there's a lady I know up here I'm friends with. I go over there and eat once in a while. I think she's 80 years old. Now, she's not an Indian, but she looks like an Indian. Looks like somebody that'd be like a 90-year-old Indian that had lived out west. Dark, gets real tan, but very interesting looking. And I'd love to photograph her, but I don't want her to think, I don't know what she's going to think if I said, you know, I'd really like to. If she was beautiful, she'd know why I was wanting to take photographs of her, but I just don't want to ask her if I can photograph her. And I thought the same thing, like out west, you know, that certain look of like old people. They don't need to be Indians, but Indians are like striking. And sometimes African Americans are really striking. Like Calvin, he's got that really distinguished look, like Frederick Douglass. They just make for like killer black and white portraits. Yeah. Hey, Karen, how you doing? No, you're not too late. Did I rent? No, I took a ride in one, I think. Yeah, I took a ride in a helicopter. I think that was Tunica, Mississippi. I was cutting through there on my way back from Florida. I stopped off, took a helicopter ride. Yeah, really distinguished looking old people. Yeah, something in the eyes. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Like a real old person with like a lot of wrinkles, but like blue eyes and gray hair. You know, that kind of look. It's just so great for portraiture. Yeah, cheekbones, you know. I'll tell you, I'll have an 18 by 22 black and white of Margarita on my wall. I mean, Marguerite, it just, you know, talk about a picture telling 1,000 words. I mean, hers would tell 10,000. Just Marguerite just reeks street life. And I'm not saying in a bad way. Super thick hair. You can tell she was really pretty at one time. And that's 40 years of drinking and crack. Oh, okay, Joanne. Yeah, you're right, Lana. Yeah, I think so too. Good times. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, she said I could do it. I'm planning on it. I'd already done some by now. Oh, is it, William? No, I haven't. She lives about 100 miles away from here. And I haven't because, you know, you're not supposed to be really hooking up with people. I mean, she wants it. I just haven't got around to doing it yet. Hey, Columbus, how you doing? Yeah, same to you. Yep, $10. Yep. Yeah, sure will, Erica. You basically just wanted a camera to take pictures of your dog, didn't you? I think Tassie'd make good photos. All the girls, really. Becky, Ebony, all of them. Yeah, I really do. But we're going to get some cold temperatures this week. 2021. Yeah, I think so too, Harold. Yeah, I think it would. They would be. I'm trying to make it like it's a fine line, and just I want to have one for myself, but I'd also like to sell them to earn them some income. And I don't want to like profit at all. I didn't mind buying the camera and doing the stuff to do it, but I really haven't figured out a good, comfortable way of doing that. Oh, big time, Christian. Yeah, I couldn't do what Becky does. Yeah, it's going to get down to 2021. Oh, okay, Brittany. Yeah, I'm just, I don't want to like have all the money go to heroin and crack, but I got a problem with the money I get from the videos. I'm telling you, it's chump change. I'll never break even. So that's a no-brainer. I don't care about that because I'm not making any money. But I don't want to like make money off their portrait. I can't really tell you why. I just don't. It's the same reason why when a guy gets a hold of me and wants to know where one of the girls' spot is so he can go down there and hire, that's not happening either. Now, really, if you think about it, why not? They're working girls. Well, I just don't want to do it like that, which is really kind of weird. They do it all the time without me knowing about it. I just don't want to be the conduit and lining those deals up. So why you started making interviews? I was down there anyway doing photography, and I would run into them a lot when I was getting papers and coffee. Just struck up a conversation. Yeah, I give them the profit, but I'm telling you, all of it will go to drugs. That's the problem, Mari. So that's the weird thing, Oh, rapper, yeah. Supposedly she got nailed with some Lacey. She got nailed with some federal drugs charges in Ohio. Yeah, but no, I'm not taking advantage of them. But I mean, you got any ideas on how I should do this? I can't figure out how to like sell them and then do what with the money. People say donate it to a rehab. That I'm not doing it. I could donate it to that food truck, but it's still their image making money for another entity. I don't know. I mean, maybe they should get paid. Oh, good, Heather. Who's that girl? Yeah, I don't want to cross that line. No way. Hey, Kingan, how you doing? So I can't really figure out how I'm going to do it. But I would do that. The only women I ever exploited was your mother, Mike. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, I would never, I don't tell them. I'll be honest with you, I tell you to it straight. Good job, Oki. Great job. As you guys have learned by now, there are plenty of people out there that just absolutely hate the idea of anyone being kind to street girls. These are the kind of wackos that kill them and beat them and drive in puddles and get them wet when they see them walking. They think the women are just the scourge of the earth and they should not be alive. And those are a lot of the people that hassle me. Isn't that the true day, girl? This is nothing, man. Yeah, you did a good job. Great job on that, Okie. That was perfect timing. Yeah, so I was looking forward to going down there yesterday. Mari, you got your you know I sent your money back to you. You got it, didn't you? There's three other people too that I hope they find it. They'll eventually get it. You know, PayPal is weird though. You're supposed to get a notice when you get money in your account, and it doesn't always work that way. Yeah, you're talking about Allison, her son. There, yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, thank you for sending that. Yeah. Good night, Brenda. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's too bad. No, I'm not defending his actions, but the truth of the matter is Allie's been going to go live with her mother for about the last 5 years if someone bought her a bus ticket, and it never happened. So I can understand how you could get frustrated. Yeah, you're right, Hitman. Yeah, they're crazy. That's the only thing I can think of. Just nuts. And there's a handful of these guys that go around to these girls and try and tell them I'm getting rich, and I talk about them dirty when they're not around, and just doing whatever they can to start trouble. It's a shitty life, though, Joanne. Believe me, there's nothing good about it. Yeah, I mean, the truth of the matter is, Erica, there's plenty of women down there that don't want to get out of there. Now that sounds bizarre, and that's what people have a hard time accepting. Becky's one of them. Becky says the idea of a nice husband and a nice house and living in the suburbs would drive her absolutely insane. She loves the hustle, the bustle, the stress of outwitting the cops, the new Johns, the high from the heroin, no responsibility. I think my favorite childhood memory was going to Hudson's and getting rock candy once a year. My mom and then a neighbor and her daughter, we could skip a day of school. I can remember that like it happened yesterday. Pathological lying. It happens. Sometimes it's a defense mechanism. Yeah, I do. I think that addicts become pathological liars. Yeah, they do. They're absolutely excellent at it. I've said all along, I think Homeland Security, they ought to fire the top 25 people that are in charge and hire these girls. You're not bullshitting these women about anything. They've got to size up in about 5 seconds if it's a cop or someone that's going to lop their head off on a date. They see through bullshit quicker than anyone. Yeah, they do. They miss that. They miss that. If can you imagine taking Becky out and bringing her up to an Amish community? What the hell are they going to talk about? She'd go absolute batshit crazy. But yet there are people out there that want to fund a trip for Becky to go move in with the Amish. They just they can't see it another way. It's hard to believe that there's a certain amount of people down there that are never going to leave. Yeah, Delray is a rich history. I think it's terrible that they haven't erected some kind of statue or monument for the Hungarians. They act like they've never been there. That's one of the bitches I have with Detroit. If it was African Americans, you'd never hear the end of it. But here the Hungarians basically put that on the map. We're good, hard-working people. Nobody knows about it. Yeah, I think you're right, Erica. Yeah. It's probably true. Yeah, now that goes to show you they give up, Joanne. Yeah, they give up. It bothers them, no, I'll tell you that. You wanna wipe the smile off their face. Start talking about their kids. Oh, okay, Harold. Yeah, I've got the full range from 18 millimeter all the way up to 700. No, you're right, Stephanie. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, you sure would. Especially just getting in the cars with these strangers. Yeah, Nicole, there's true. That's what Marguerite says. She likes the freedom. That was actually a tank my sister had. Those were all like generic, like simple fish, goldfish, and some low-end tropical fish. Her fish were always dying. She'd forget to feed them. That's a tank isn't even around anymore. That wasn't mine. I was just screwing around. Hey Pam, how you doing? Oh, okay. They have some close calls with those tornadoes. Thanks for sending those photos too, Oki. Stranger versus John. I don't really know. It's a lot of regulars. No, I have not, Heather. I have not. Her sister sent me a package to give her, and I've got some cards for Raven. Good, DJ. How you doing? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not in Detroit. I'm actually a couple hundred miles away, but not very good. No business, dead. Viruses all over hell. Cops are writing tickets for $1,000. No, it's like any personality, Kristen. Uh, Brutally honest and pathologically lying. No, I was kind of surprised. I thought it was a good idea. I mean, there is no way in hell I'd live out there without one of those. I mean, you must have a death wish to live in a trailer in Oklahoma. I mean, I think I love tornadoes, watching them. And, I've come close about 5 times. I've either got there too early or got there too late and just missed them. I mean, I don't think I would have been killed or anything, but I'd like to see them. But boy, those monsters that go through those storm chasers, I think that'd be exciting as hell. When you see a tornado coming across the field, you would think would be impossible, minus a traffic jam, to not outrun the tornado in your car. I don't see how how that happens. If I saw that damn thing coming towards me, man, I would put the pedal to the metal and do 100 miles an hour until it was just really little in my rearview mirror. I guess it's not that easy, which is why they're all dead. Oh yeah, they're writing tickets. Yeah. Oh, good for you, Nicole. Yeah, no, no. If I had kids or something, there's no way I'd go there, take them there during tornado season. Good night, Brenda. Yeah, I've been in a couple of hurricanes. The hurricanes are nothing. Now, if you live along the ocean, yeah, it's a bitch. You get flooded, all your shit gets wrecked. But it isn't like a damn tornado where it's blowing pieces of straw through a 25-inch diameter oak tree and blowing a semi truck a mile down the road. Hurricanes are just a pain in the ass. Can't get anything. Your power goes out. It rains like hell. You don't have air conditioning. In Florida, it's hot. Just more of an inconvenience. I mean, people don't get killed in hurricanes like they do in tornadoes. If they do, it's because they, you know, hung around when they shouldn't have. You get such a warning now, but tornadoes now, no way. I think it'd be cool being in one of those safe rooms, hearing a tornado go by. Yeah, that takes some balls though to get out of your car during a tornado and get in the storm drain. Yeah, there were some tornadoes bouncing around here about a week ago. Not up here. We've had like one or two in 100 years here, and they were bullshit tornadoes. Tore up a couple of roofs. Look at that one that hit Nashville. Holy shit! That shows you how they sneak up on you. It's funny, those stories just kind of dropped off the media. For 10 days after the tornado, they still said people were missing. Well, I got a pretty good idea they're somewhere around there. Did anybody know? Nobody was just missing forever. Didn't they eventually count for all those people? But there was quite a bit of time that went by, and they were like, 20 dead, 8 missing. Well, where are they? Yeah, I think I'd try and outrun it, yeah. Oh, yeah, boy, that's scary. But I've been really close. South Dakota, Illinois, Tennessee once. We had one come through my town when I was a kid in Michigan, Flat Rock, and tore some stuff up, but nothing like that one that went through Nashville. It's the same with living along the Mississippi Delta. Nuts. It's coming one of these days. All your shit gets wet. It shows. Can you imagine having a house? The thing that I would worry about most is the insurance company wanting to fix it. If my house was one of those houses where you saw the water up to the eaves troughs, I don't want that damn thing again. You can have it. Just write me a check and, I'll go build a house on the side of Mount Everest. I'm not living there. It's such a pain in the ass when stuff gets wet. No, they would have had to have filled out income tax before, Mike. This is where being paid cash, the downside of being paid cash. That's it, Bob. Okay. They run a lot of scams with those cars getting wet down there and bringing them up to places like Michigan and selling them. Yeah. I had my drains back up in a house one time when I was living in Dearborn. Hey, sexy, how you doing? I knew you'd show up sooner or later. Yeah, I hope they do get them. Yeah. Another thing I've learned is you think if you give them $100, well, I actually thought for a couple of years that, well, you give them $100 and they can stay home for a night and not have to get in the cars with strangers. That's not how it works. I'm not saying it never happens, but they got the $100 and they still get in cars with strangers. It's not in lieu of anything. How you feeling, sexy? You busted out of your doldrums? Good for you. Okay, I had a pretty good sleep schedule. Hey, Lori, how you doing? How's it going? All right, Erica. Good night. I'll let you know on that if it falls through. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's it, Ogie. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a big, huge scam, Nicole. Yeah. Google it. They talk about it. There's ways you can figure it out, but they're not going to tell you. They make up a bunch of bullshit. Oh, okay, sexy. Hey, Cross Up, how you doing? Hey, Interactive, how you doing? Man, we think this is a bitch. We're just sitting bored and every place is closed. Can you imagine having this damn shit though? Can you imagine a doctor coming in and saying, "Hey, I hate to tell you this, but you got this virus," and then you just start feeling worse and worse. If you're not 20 years old, you're looking at the Grim Reaper. I don't give a shit how healthy you are. Now, it does complicate things if you have COPD or overweight, type 1 diabetic. But imagine being told that you're in some shitty makeshift emergency room, noisy, can't get any sleep, and you're feeling worse every day and you're not getting any better. The worst thing you could have is a TV in your room. I'm not sure. I know that they screwed a lot of people, and some legislator someplace was trying to change that, or some congressman. I'm telling you, I don't think so. Because, they weaseled away into saying it's not a collision, that it's either a car wreck or not, and that's not a car wreck. Some bullshit like that. So they didn't need to tell you about it. I'll bet. Interactive. Hey, Aaron, how you doing? How's it going? Things working out for you? All right, Joanne. Yep. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you. Okay, April. Oh man, that would just have to be scary as hell. You're watching all this bullshit on the TV because there's nothing else to do. You're in the damn intensive care unit. Your lungs don't feel right. You got a fever. Your damn roommates are kicking the bucket left and right. God, you're not getting a private room in this day and age. Wouldn't that be terrible, Stephanie? It does suck, Aaron. Sure does. Good night, Kristen. Thanks. Oh yeah, lungs filling up, just getting short of breath. My God, God knows what that feels like. Murray, you talk to the average MD and he can't give you much advice on this, but if you ever look at lung capacity and how it diminishes over age, your lungs are fully formed around 27, 28 years old. And after that, it's all downhill. When you're 18 years old, you could blow up a living room with your lungs. When you're 64 years old, you could blow up a basketball. I mean, not exactly, but you know what I'm getting at? Hey, did you really, Chris? You really had it, huh? Congratulations, you made it. Wow. Where do you live? Yeah, die alone. That'd be fine with me, man. I wouldn't, if I was that shitty feeling, I don't want people coming in there. I just assume die alone too. Listen to a bunch of bullshit right before you kick the bucket. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh wow. Anybody around you catch it, Chris? Do you got any guesses where you got it, or anything like that? And how long was it from when you knew you had it until you felt healthy again? Oh, no kidding, Nicole. Wow. Oh my God. Did everybody in your immediate family survive it? Wow. How would you compare it to the normal flu? Yeah, be careful, Hitman. Really? Wow. Now, Chris, was there any time that you ever thought it was going to be lights out? Yeah, isn't that the truth, Okie? Yeah. No, that's all right. You're being careful, sexy. Wow. Yeah, 64. Oh, you're talking to him? Oh, yeah, asthma. And I think it's a girl hitman. Well, I'm glad you made it. So, when you were in the hospital, was it just loaded with people in there, like in the same room, or how was that when you were hospitalized? Were you in a makeshift hospital, or what was that experience like? All right, second. No, that's happening in Detroit as well. Yeah, I know a hotel clerk that's scared. Yeah, thanks, Chris. Congratulations. Yeah, you can slow it down a lot though, Pam. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, good. Oh, is it good? Oh, wow, Chris. Yeah, you're not gonna get it, okay. Isn't that the truth, Harolding? Yeah. Yeah, how you doing, Mike? Yep. Yeah, I mean that's low, but it's not like crazy low. Yeah, it's true, sexy. Yeah. Oh, pretty good, Laura. How you doing? No, I don't blame you, Okie. You barely were able to do that Florida trip. You'd have waited much longer. You wouldn't have been able to go. In Michigan now, you can't go to a second home. All these people were from Detroit were coming up here. Oh, really, Nicole? Well, I mean, if they're gonna go, do this right, I have people tell me in Detroit they're acting like nothing's going on, nothing's going wrong. Yeah, you might be right, Hitman. Yeah, sorry about that, Pam. It sure does. Yeah, yeah. Well, Ron. Yeah, we're still getting mail. Okay, Mike. Yeah, it's true, huh? No, nope. Planes are still flying. If they did, it was today, and I didn't hear about it.
Good girl, man. You good girl?
Yeah, they're flying. They're still flying. There's planes all over this whole week. Oh, wow, Pam, maybe, huh? Oh, okay, Chris. What do I do with it? I I think I'd go down to Detroit and just spend it on trying to help people at this stage of the game. I wouldn't have done that like if I was 25, but I would now. Would I think it'd be fun? That'd be a lot of money to like really get apartments and therapy and a different environment. I'd put it all on that. Hey, Abby. I wonder why, Greg. I thought that was a no-brainer. Yeah, that'd be cool, Nicole. Yeah, she's nuts. Yeah, she's a lunatic. Yeah, she's an absolute lunatic. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it. That's a good way of doing it, Hitman. Animal shelter, they need it too. Maybe consult a lawyer, Greg. Yeah, she's a lunatic. Yeah, she's nuts. Yeah, really low IQs. Yeah, she's a lunatic. Thank you, Ron. You can get them online. You can get them online. You can go to any lawyer for $250. He'll set you up. What is TikTok? I don't even know what it is. What is it? Yeah, LegalZoom. That's that damn Robert Shapiro, though, that runs that. I'm always suspect of guys like him. Hey, Emily, how you doing? Hey, Flogger. Oh, okay. I'll have to check it out. Oh, okay. Pam, did you ever eat any Digby scallops? Oh, okay. That's all I need is make more videos. Oh, everything secular. You name it, man. Fox, deer, tons of ringneck pheasants, squirrels, coyotes, rabbits, hawks, you name it. No, that's no kid, man. It's the same with ringneck pheasants. I never see them in the wild, hardly at all. They're all over running around Detroit. I'm not doing anything, just staying around here. I saw a black squirrel run across the road when I was over in Manistee. Yeah, wild turkeys are all over around here. They're in Detroit as well. Oh, when did you tell me that? Must be getting Alzheimer's. How long ago did you tell me that? Yeah, I do. Yeah, we have them. Yeah. I saw one run across the expressway about 5 years ago. Really? You did not, Pam. You never told me that. I didn't see the answer then. I don't remember that. I must have, maybe I went to get something to eat or something. Yeah, they're intelligent. Wild turkeys are smart. It's the domestic ones that are stupid. Yeah, there are bears around here, but I've never seen one. Lady hit one with the car about 4 years ago, right at the exit, where I take those videos and you can see the expressway right there, 450 pounds. God, I don't know. I don't remember that. Yeah, I know that. Digby Scallops, yeah. No, I said I drove down there one week. Pretty good, Dusty. How are you? West Branch. West Branch. Must be getting Alzheimer's. Oh, well, how big? Just the tails? Just the tails, Pam? Yeah, tons of stuff. Yeah. Deer, everything you can think of. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I go down to Glanville and I cut over to Clare and down to Mount Pleasant. Oh, good for you. How big? How big a one? Okay, Ray. Good night. Same to you. Happy Easter. Yeah, as far as I know, Angel Poo, yeah. Yeah, they got a couple of them actually. Yeah. You talking about the one on 30 or the one like on Houghton? Oh, good for you. Oh, good for you, man. Walleye's good. No, no wolves here. No, they're all way up north, UP. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, the one with the golf course, little putt putt golf course in front. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I never get over on the thumb too much. Here in county. Yeah, I don't think I'd eat a walleye out of the Detroit River. Yeah, we get a lot of. I don't see them around here too much, but they're around here. Oh, on 30 and 61. Oh, okay, that's a good place. Yeah, Newberry. Yeah, black bear up there too. Oh wow, Pammy, lucky dog. Oh wow. Huh. Well, it's amazing the amount of trees beavers can cut down in no time. It's really impressive in how they stack those logs up and dam things. Man, they can really trash some woods. Yeah, yep, you're right, Crosstown. Well, I think I'm gonna sign off here, you guys. Try and watch a little news. I'll be on tomorrow, Easter. I'll do a mass for you. And I'll do a Easter egg hunt, and you can just tell me which way to go with my phone. I'll have your names written on them. Yeah, fish is a lot better. So yeah, I hope you guys have a happy Easter. Give thanks that you don't have the coronavirus. Oh, halibut and haddock, yeah, good fish. Yeah. You too, Mike. Yeah. No, not for you though, Murray. I'm not going to. That's part of the West holiday, and I want to keep you protected from that. Hunting for eggs. I don't want to pollute your purity. Good night, Murray. Good night, Shanika. All right, JP. All right, Secular. I'll be on tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. I mean, the weekends don't mean anything anymore because everything's closed and nobody's working. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, do a chat every night. All right, Shell. Hey, Virginia. I'll be on tomorrow. We'll be on 9 o'clock tomorrow night. All right, Lana. Yep. Sweet dreams to you. Yeah. Have a good night. See you, Okie. You still there? Yep. Happy Easter to you. Wash your hands for you eat your Easter bunny. So have a good night, you guys. All right, Shaniqua. Bye, Pam. Yeah, I got bit by one once, about 15 years ago in an Illinois hotel. Glad I don't have them. They're hard to get rid of. Take it easy.